If someone had told me this, I wouldn't ever believe that I could live in wartime. I always thought about this as past, as history, as something that uncivilized countries do, as something that could never happen anymore. I read a professor of history, Yaroslav Hrycak. I really recommend his books. I think he has some in English. He said in one of his lectures that it's a big mistake to believe that peace is a norm, that it's a rule, and this is how the world works. But looking through global history, he said that actually war and chaos is a norm. We, the whole world actually, made a big mistake believing that peace is a given, and that it's easy to maintain it, that we don't need to do anything at all, that it just exists without our effort. Only now I can see how much sacrifice the peace needs, how much suffering, how many broken and ended lives. Our futures are now on pause. Some futures will not happen at all. I live in the west of Ukraine. It's probably the safest place here. But missile attacks get here too, and it happens almost every week. I just wish that at least only one person after my video becomes proactive about the war in Ukraine. Will make a new habit reading news about Ukraine, donate money, talk about this to their community. I know it's hard. I know the only thing that I want is to fence off the war and death and pain. But it's a privilege, and I don't have it. Because I could die, or my friends, or family. I don't have this choice. The thing is that this war is the biggest that happened in the world probably in 100 years. It's almost 3 years of the full-scale war, and still it is silenced, because the biggest countries in the world are afraid of Russia. We need your voice, even if it's small. Just talking to your friends and family about this, just donating some money to our funds, will be a big help. For almost 3 years, Ukrainians are donating money every day. For 2 years, they donated $1.5 billion to Ukrainian army. And this is only what was donated to funds. A great amount of donates are organized by ordinary people. For example, there is a big amount of money, 200,000 hryvnias, which is needed for a car or a drone. And 10 friends make small gathering of money for 20,000 hryvnias each, and they collect those money among their friends and family, and together they will have needed bigger amount of money. A big goal is broken down into many smaller ones. I already took part in 5 funds like this and gathered almost 100,000 hryvnias. But I really want to do this more and more effectively. I want to create a PayPal and use this platform to accumulate more donations. I will write everything in the description. All reports and receipts about money and where they were donated I will post here too. But also I really want to increase my income to donate more myself, to buy a lot of military obligations which Ukraine sells, and to increase my audience to raise more money, to make giveaways with my art to raise money. This is one of my priorities on the same level as building my life and adulting, which are actually not possible without Ukraine winning war, because in other case we will be probably all dead. Це прям як шедевр.
Я зазняв це.
Hi. Good morning. I had a really tough couple of days. I wanted to talk a bit about the situation in which I am living. I live in Ukraine. It's a war for almost 2.5 years. Ukraine is living in a full-scale war with Russia. It was definitely not our choice. And I just wanted to talk about it more, to tell more about the time and the place and the people who are near me. So basically, for 2.5 years, the biggest war which the world has seen probably in 100 years is happening in Ukraine, and Russians are using all possible types of weapon, and they use it in all sorts of ways. To add more, we are hearing constant nuclear threats from Russia. So basically every day, really I'm saying every day, and it means every day, civilians, Ukrainians are killed in this war. Children, elders, women, men, everyone. 20,000 children were kidnapped from Ukraine by Russia, and now they are in Russia. Most of them are adopted by Russian families, and probably they will never come home, and probably they will be brainwashed, and they will forget what Ukraine is, and they will believe that Russia saved them, and they will live in Russian propaganda if they will not escape in some way. Thousands of hostages, both civilians and soldiers, are tortured and killed every day in Russia and on occupied territories. On 24th of February 2022, when the war started, Ukraine actually didn't have anything, didn't have good army to defend ourselves. So now our army is just ordinary people, someone's parents, someone's friends from different professions, different background. They just became volunteers, were mobilized to army, and for 2.5 years they are soldiers, and they die every day. For this 2.5 years I am meeting more friends on funerals than on birthdays, and this became normal for me, because those people, my friends who decided to become soldiers, they were killed by Russia, and most of them even didn't have 30 years, so those people won't have families, they will never pursue their dreams, they will never get old, because they were killed by Russia in the age of 25-35 years. Also, what I really want to say is that this war is not just Putin's war. Every Russian is responsible for this. They are accepting this, they are supporting this. It's okay for them to die on this war. It's okay for them to kill civilians. It's okay for them to kill children. It's Russia's war, and they are responsible for it. They didn't do anything to stop it. That's the most important thing, that they are accepting this. Also, what I need to say is that Ukraine doesn't have enough weapon, and Ukraine doesn't have enough money and people to win this war. I really see how this is forgotten, how Ukraine is not in the news anymore, and how we became alone in this. Because once again, it's the biggest war that was happening for probably 100 years in the world. And it's silenced, and it's forgotten already. But this conflict wasn't even like frozen. It's active, and it's active for 2.5 years, and every day Ukrainians are dying to continue defending their country, their people. Every day my friends are raising money for weapons, for drones, for cars, for our friends who are soldiers on the front line. Some of them are already dead, and we won't see them anymore. Every Ukrainian is donating part of their salaries for weapons, so that their friends, their children, their relatives and loved ones are not killed by Russia. But I think it's only a matter of time, because Russia is the biggest country in the world, and they have pretty good support, and they have a lot of money and a lot of people to continue this war for a lot of years, which we don't have at all. I really understand that everybody got used to it. Even Ukrainians who experience it every day got used to it, and it's okay, because I think it's just human psychology to protect ourselves from this experience. But it's really scary getting used to death, of really, really good people. And yesterday was really hard day for me. I read in the news that a girl, Irena Cebuch, she was 25 years, like me. She was combat medic, and she was killed by Russia. I just felt I was in pain. It broke my heart, and I felt useless and helpless because I can't stop it. I can't help it. And a lot of my friends are soldiers too, and probably they will die. And it's just really hard and painful getting used to death and pain. Every person living in peace are living in peace, because Ukrainians are dying every day, because they are stopping Russians, because they already told that they will not stop on Ukraine. They will go to other countries, which they have already done in the past, and they will continue. I know everything about being liberal. You are one unless the war is at your home and your friends are dead, and they will not celebrate their birthday anymore, and they will not have children, and they will not have their dreams come true. And what I'm asking is to be proactive and getting to know more about Ukraine, reading news about Ukraine and talking about Ukraine, commenting and reposting news from Ukraine. I really believe that it will help, and also I really think that people in other countries have to talk to their authorities about donating more, giving more to Ukraine, so we can defend ourselves and we can continue to live. Also, I will link some funds who are raising money for Ukrainian soldiers. So please, if you can, we really need help. We really need money and all possible attention from you. Thank you. Blackouts and missile attacks are not the worst things in my life now. It's living with an understanding that if I didn't die today, someone else did, and they did it so I could live. That every day some of my friends who are soldiers now could die. It's going to funerals of my peers, of the best people who could change our country and the whole world. One of them was Irena Cebuch, who died in the age of 25 years, same age as mine. She was a combat paramedic, a volunteer, a really proactive and sacrificial person. People like her are unique, and they happen 1 in a million, and we lost her. She almost died a lot of times during full-scale war, so she wrote a posthumous letter, and all the instructions for her funeral. Her friends organized it. Her wish was that people would sing Ukrainian songs on her funeral and wear national clothes. This is what it looked like. I intentionally made this video like a vlog from ordinary life, because this is ordinary life in Ukraine now. Waking up, working, going to the funeral of a soldier, donating, raising money, going grocery shopping, and so on. This is our reality. Every day here is possibility of death. Your friends, your family members, your neighbors, or yours. We really need help of the whole world, from every possible person. I will link everything in the description and we'll talk about this more and more.